Okay, so I'm gonna try and get this done really fast. I never do that. I never get anything done really fast. I always have to overthink it. See, I'm talking too much. Here we go. October 2nd. You as an addict are like a light switch that is either totally on or totally off. Life, however, requires a rheostat, a switch mechanism in which there are various degrees of middle ground. Mental health involves a disciplined balance that relies on self-limits and boundaries. Nowhere is that more evident than in the two core issues, intimacy and dependency. Patrick Carnes. Social emotional anorexia is the avoidance of either physical closeness or emotional connection. Someone who is promiscuous may judge their partners or their own indiscretions harshly, and this may drive a wedge between the two of them, preventing intimacy. Some of us might be self-righteous about holding out on sex when we are, in truth, being emotionally rigid. For sex addicts in recovery, a period of abstaining from all sexual expression is part of withdrawal in early recovery. That doesn't make abstinence a healthy new way of life permanently. Even those of us who choose solitude over union learn to take emotional risks and to build intimate boundaries where we are vulnerable in interdependent relationships. Risk avoidance, judgment, perfectionism, or deprivation may be rationalized as the antithesis of chaotic living, but life is lived in the middle, not at the extremes. Recovery involves taking chances and risks within limits. That is true for substance abusers, codependents, and process addicts like gamblers, internet addicts, or sex addicts. Am I moralistic about my behavior? Do I see sexual or emotional health in extreme terms? Have I practiced binging and purging in any area of life? And if so, how have I affected others in my life? How do I feel about myself as a sexual, sensual being? Am I respecting my boundaries, needs, and imperfections? Am I judgmental of others? Here we go. So, I thought about this. I read this earlier with Jason, and well, as a Jehovah's Witness, or as I used to be Jehovah's Witness, right? I knew nothing. I knew nothing about sex, really. It was quite embarrassing. When I got married, I had to wait. I waited till I got married. My husband, however, whatever. This book on everything. It's a doctor's guide to complete vulvovaginal health. It's called the V book. That's a hard thing to say. Say that fast 5 times. Can't do it. All right. Stewart. Elizabeth Gunther Stewart. Now, awesome book. I got it for 50 cents. Again, I go to my local library in Newport Beach, the Friends Library. If you are in Orange County, go to your local libraries and go to the Friends Library part. You get a bunch of books for like $1, 50 cents. I think I got this, put it in a bag. I don't know who exactly helped me find this. My girls are usually always the ones that help me find my books. Ta-da! This, oh no, you're not going to see it properly in here, I don't think. I'm going to have to switch it out. I don't know. So, because when I push it over to you guys, you can't see the way it actually looks. Yeah. The V book. The V book. She's a doctor who was a midwife, right? And she started midwifery, and then she moved on to, learning more. So I know you can see the light. I pulled out my ring light. I never do that. I got all fancy. I pulled everything out. You will like this book if you're a woman. And I think sexual repression is like a big thing when it comes to Jehovah's Witnesses. And so when you come out, you kind of don't know where to go. I mean, I didn't, and my mother didn't talk to me about anything about that stuff. She just was very closed. Her uncle molested her. He ended up becoming an elder in Mexico. So he went to Mexico, and he's a full-fledged elder now. He was probably about, maybe she was probably about 9, I think, or 10. And he was about 16, 17. So yeah, something strange went on in there. And then she went to recovery. My mom went to recovery for someone who was molested. And so she got a chance to talk to him. And he told her, that he was an elder. And she asked him, how does that feel, when you have people who have been molested? He was very interesting to talk to. And he did say he felt guilty. So yeah, women don't have it easy in the organization. They cannot ask questions. You cannot go to the elders for your sexual questions. Got it? Don't do that. Don't ever go to elders for your sexual questions. Got it? Don't tell them what you do in the bedroom. If you're young, go to a therapist. If you're young, go to someone you can trust who has a very mindfully loving way of dealing with human beings. There you go. Now, I had been very open with my girls about sex because I remember growing up going to my dad. My dad was the one I would go to, and he would always be very open and kind to me. He did go to my mom, and my mom would eventually try her best to explain things, but it was very clinical. It wasn't very understanding. She did the best she could, right? Our parents do the best that they can. I know that as we age, right? Life Flow. This is a product I use now. It's awesome. Very good. There's a whole chapter on what our bodies go through, what our skin goes through as women, and then hydrocortisone. You can get that at the Dollar Tree. This Life Flow Estriol Care, you can get it on Amazon. Very, very, very good. It has helped in so many ways. I just wanted to share that with you. I think we don't share enough. And as a woman, we need to share. As women, we need to share. And unfortunately, there's a lot of repressed, you can't ever talk about anything very freely. So I really did appreciate this book. If you can get your hands on this book, it is a book you want to keep in your library. It's amazing. And when it comes to talking about a woman's sexuality, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So, yep, there we go. That's today. Just wanted to share. Hope you enjoyed the books, and get yourself a book. Get yourself the Beyond Belief book. I think you'd like it. All right. Have a wonderful day. It is Sunday here in America. I want you to have a good day, follow your bliss, and be good humans.